By the way, you haven't solved the kicker issue until just because you draft.
No.
This always drives me crazy. When people draft, it's like, well, we solved our problem.
Now, we don't know
the guy
that
you're
yet.
replacing him, the guy who's being replaced, you thought that guy solved the problem.
Yeah.
So until the guy plays good football in the NFL, whatever position, you didn't replace the guy.
Brad.
Here comes the snap. The kick is up. I can't see it. I think it's good. I think it's good. It's good. He made the kick. He made the kick. Cade York, baby. Baker, you suck, Baker. Cade York made the kick. Good draft pick, Jay. Hey, congrats to Jay. He finally got.
Yeah, you cut off the best part. Congrats to Jay. He finally got it right.
He finally got it right.
My first final take on the show. It was the very first final take. They got the kicker. I called him the best draft pick of the class.
Right. You had all kind of slides. You had video before tag board.
I did.
The first graphic we ever built for this show was Jay asking to do a final take, making us kicker graphics.
Yeah.
And if you remember our old graphics package, which was terrible.
It was ugly. Yeah.
But the first graphic we ever made was for you and
Yeah.
that draft pick.
I'm not gonna take a victory lap. First of all, I want to point something out right away. Happy Browns
Monday.
First time in almost 2 decades.
So let's get that out of the way.
Yes.
It's a win. I don't care. It was ugly. Yes, there are a lot of issues. We're going to address all of them. Who cares? 1-0 is all that matters. You got it. You can exhale. You can move on. They've got a great chance. You don't count anything in this league before it happens. They've got a pretty good chance to start 2-0. They haven't done that in 30 years, 29 years.
I think they got a great chance to start 4-0.
Hey,
Next up, Bull's playing hurt today.
there he is.
Bull, I got my heart sunk at 10:30 today, 10:20 today. I found out that Bull was sick, and I thought, no, please, no.
I was in bed.
And somehow, when I walked in, he rallied, and there he is. So that's a props to you.
Thank you.
You're as committed to your craft as anyone that does this, and this is proof of it. First of all, I hope you're feeling better.
I'm feeling well enough.
I got to tell you.
off the set just in case.
There
I
is a
got to
trash
tell
can.
you.
Here's my bar.
Is that what that's
Just in
for?
case I have to throw up.
Facts.
I've got a migraine, but I'm
I also
pushed through it.
want to
Pushing
say,
through. Yeah.
I think some of this might have been self-induced. The roller coaster ride that you took yesterday during a 20-minute span.
I said this to Mikey, by the way.
That was just a real quote. He really did say that.
I didn't see it.
Let's pull it back up. Pull tag board back up.
I was worried for you, Bull. God.
I hung up with you guys on our morning call, and then as soon as I hang up, Bull calls in, and he goes, if I die on the way and I die, I cannot miss today's show. I will not let Jay spread Baker propaganda on my wall.
First of all, there would be no spreading Baker propaganda. Everybody saw what everybody saw. There's no propaganda. It is what it is.
Yeah, the analytics show he sucked. Go ahead. Yes.
Right hand to God.
Yeah.
I was very nervous for you yesterday because you get as emotionally invested as any fan I know, good and bad. And the swing of emotion in that 15 minutes from the time it looked like Baker did what was your worst nightmare of all time, maybe even worse than saying Brandon Weeden was going to be good.
Yeah.
This would be.
It would have been a nightmare had they won the game.
It would have been.
Yes.
And when that kick sailed through the upright, I was happy for the win. I was actually thrilled for you because I know, Bull, that would have been the most difficult day of your life.
Oh
today.
my God! And then if I wasn't feeling well, people would have thought I was making an excuse not to come in, which I never would have done.
That roller coaster ride might have done this to you?
My wife thinks there was some anxiety as part of the reason I got a migraine this morning.
Wait, you think?
I don't know. I felt like crap all morning, but I'm like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I didn't even text Mike or Steve because I'm like, I'll be fine. It'll pass. And then it was like 10 o'clock, and I'm like, my head's going like this.
Yeah.
I can barely stand up.
You put your body through more than a body should go through.
But I don't want to make it about me because this is all about like.
It's about the Browns.
Browns fans have to be excited. They've won their first game in almost 20 years. I've been covering this team since 2011. I'd never seen them win an opener. They almost urinated down. They did urinate down their leg in the fourth quarter.
They got bailed out.
And fortunately, Cade York came through in a big-time manner. My TV was far enough. I had to go back.
I love when you said, I can't see it. I can't see it.
Because what happened was I was trying to watch the game from my couch, which is right by the TV, but they were having some technical difficulties with me. So I had to go back to my desk, and that's a little further from the TV.
He said, I can't see it.
And I'm like, I can't see it. I can't tell.
He's
And then it went
I
through.
think it's good. I know it's good.
I think Bull and I got it off our chest.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing because I want opening statements from you guys very soon. The one thing that I want to say is Browns fan base was divided over this Baker Mayfield nonsense. Browns Nation, enough.
It's enough.
It is enough. We're divided in every facet of our life, it seems. This right here is all that matters. Baker is gone, let him go. We have Jacoby Brissett for the next 10 games. And if he somehow can rally and keep this team alive, there is an outstanding chance that this Browns team can at least have a voice in the AFC. But enough of the Baker still sucks. I told you Baker's good. Baker's exactly who we all knew he was. He did exactly yesterday what he did during his 4 years here. He had some awful moments. He had some great moments. What we didn't see during his time here was what we saw yesterday from him. 17 points in the fourth quarter. But enough of it. It's over. Stop bickering amongst yourselves. We're family, folks. We're family. It's time to come together, rally behind the players that are on this team, and let's help them make some noise. Opening statement, Brad.
Well, first of all, it's a tremendous win for the Browns, I think, to come out in 17, 18 years without a opening day win, to go down to Carolina and put it down. And yesterday, I just tell you this, I've been a proponent of this. The game is won in the box. It's run in that rectangular square.
Yeah,
right?
you said that Friday.
There's no more. Baker is exactly who we thought he was.
Yep.
Baker, that's the same Baker that's been here for years.
Highs and lows.
The same performance. And so the thing and I feel better for Baker because you get a chance to move on. See, I've been in that seat, right?
You have.
You have a chance to move on, right? And he wanted to get it off his chest. The only problem I have with the deal is do your work on the field. Cut the shenanigans, right? Yeah. You don't need the T-shirts, don't need the thing. You're trying to rebuild your career because you're a shade away of being run out this league. In case he didn't know, memo to you: you're a shade away of being run out this league, right? Because you don't perform this year. I don't see anybody standing in line saying, "Let me give you a lot of money here."
I'll say this: it's going to be really tough for him to perform this year. That offensive line looked like a paper chase.
Well, here, hold on. Let's talk about how
they were terrible.
He's on a thin line between love and hate. His own people turned on him yesterday.
Sure, there were boos. There were boos.
Yes, they turned on him. Yes,
twice. But at the end, they weren't booing him.
Well, here, and he didn't. Let's be clear. He didn't play spectacular ball.
He played well enough to give them the lead in the last minute.
No, there was a breakdown defensively because that bomb should have never happened.
Listen,
And if he didn't drop, Jay, you said it's time to move on.
The Browns had breakthroughs in their defensive on offense, and Jacoby didn't see the guys.
Let me just finish my point.
Not till tomorrow.
That 75-yard bomb should have never occurred. There was a breakdown here.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
So that doesn't occur.
But let's not litigate. I don't
have to litigate.
Who Baker is. We saw it.
Let these guys get in. Let these guys get in. Let these guys get in.
Cade York was 2 years old the last time the Browns won a game on opening day, on opening Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that the biggest kick in the Browns' regular season 1999 and beyond era? I can't think of anything close.
I mean, certainly in
Dawson
week
hit a big one once.
Yeah, certainly in a week one. This was not your normal week one. I think everybody knows that.
Felt like a playoff week one.
There was a lot of pressure in that building for the last couple of months to win this game. And this kid, youngest kid on the roster, has no ties to any of the crap that's gone on here.
Right.
Like I said, he was 2 years old the last time they won on opening day. He was in college for all the Baker stuff. He has no allegiance to any of this.
Right.
He just walked on the field and hit the net from 58 yards.
It was good from 70, wasn't it?
Net. It was an unbelievable kick. I snuck down to the tunnel, so I was behind Jimmy Haslam when it went through, and Jimmy lost his mind.
Were you in the end zone that it went to, or were you in the other end?
Away.
You were in the other end.
So I was at the other end.
Because I'm wondering, how much it had on it. It hit the middle of the net.
I know.
I think it would have been good from 70 yards.
Certainly from 65, if not 70.
He's going to break. I'm going to make another bold statement. He's breaking their NFL record this year. He's going to break it.
Gee, we haven't heard from you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. First of all, these opening segments are brought to you by Steve Becker and Tegna. Thank you for letting me rock this hat.
Did you get special permission?
No, I asked for forgiveness. But I had to show this hat, though. It's fire. You ain't got this one, bro. So I'm going to take that off and brush my waves real quick, and then we're going to get to it, right? We still
nice
got to
hat.
cut. It's beautiful, ain't it? But let's get to that, man. See, he probably was texting me, what the hell is Jay doing? I told him no hats.
No, it's that your face is so pretty.
Yeah,
that
you
they
got to
don't
see
want
that.
the shade on it.
No, don't want the shade. I'm going to tell you what, man. Yesterday, you could talk about a lot of stuff. You could talk about Jacoby Brissett doing some stuff. You'd be like, man, this guy ain't it. You could talk about, we talked about ad nauseum Donovan Peoples-Jones and Anthony Schwartz, like how they ain't proved themselves, ain't done nothing. But I'll tell you what, the Cleveland Browns did something that the Cleveland Browns never do. How many times have you seen a way the Cleveland Browns have given the game away that they had? Block kicks, pick sixes, strip sacks, interceptions, turnovers, fumbles. The Browns did something yesterday that they never do, and that's give a game away, but come back and say, the game ain't over, we still got time, and they made plays to finish the game. For the next 10 weeks, as a unified fan base, we got to understand something. This game is going to be ugly. The games, you're going to have to win a different way every single week.
Yeah.
It is win and survive. You might as well think of this as an NCAA tournament. Next week, you might need a couple turnovers. Next week, Jacoby Brissett might have one of his best games. Now, next week, you may need special teams. 1 week, Coach Stefanski have to out-coach somebody. But we have to do it a different way every single week. And if they can do that, the first 11, they got a shot to get Deshaun Watson back and be special.
Got a great shot to go 4-0. Jay, your sentiment is great, but I'm not letting it go for one day. We'll
I
start
didn't expect you would.
We'll start
Bo.
tomorrow
But
with the
just don't
kumbaya.
put yourself in a coma.
First
okay?
of all,
Don't do
let
that.
me calmly say that all you Baker bros in your grandma's basement with your feety pajamas, you were ready to crush me at the end of the game, and I was here for it.
Talk to
but
him.
then what happened?
Talk to
Baker, who
him.
made who overall played a crappy game. Let's be honest. He played a crappy game. Don't give me this nonsense. He played a pretty good game. He was crappy.
How bad was
If you look at the analytics, he was horrible.
His QBR was 84.
He played terrible.
His quarterback rating was 84.
Yeah.
That's not a QBR. That's a big difference.
Quarterback rating.
That's a big
was
difference.
84. Yeah.
His QBR was much worse than that.
Ours was
quarterback
74.
rating is a garbage stat.
34.
Nobody takes
Ours
it
was
seriously.
74.
No, okay. Jacoby Brissett's not supposed to be good. He is what he is. He missed a ton of throws. Jacoby Brissett's not a good quarterback. We know that he's a backup. That's basically Baker played backup level yesterday. Okay, that's the facts. And talk to any analytics guy; they will tell you he made one big time throw the whole game. One. That's it. Anybody could have made that throw to Robbie Anderson. Any analytics guy will tell you this, Jay. It's just a fact.
You're
All the
making it
analytics.
about Baker, and I knew you would.
Well, you
today.
did. You just went on a diatribe about how we should all get together.
Bull,
I saw Browns fans wearing
exactly.
Baker jerseys in Carolina.
I'm not talking
Carolina
to them,
Baker
Bull.
jerseys.
I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
What you're doing right
Yes.
now
Yeah.
is stoking division. That's all you're doing.
I'm not
Bull.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what Baker did. The Browns are 1-0, and we're going to talk about
Yes.
the Browns today.
Jay, that's
Baker,
fine.
And Baker had 17
Jay,
points
you
in the
spent
fourth
5
quarter.
minutes talking about how we got to all come together,
Yes.
and then you guys debated Baker. So
drop
let
it.
me make my point about
I
Baker
didn't debate
here.
him.
Yes, you guys were talking about it for 5 minutes.
Take your
So
victory
I'm going
lap.
to say
Here you go.
that
Yeah,
Baker
yeah,
didn't play well enough.
My guy got your
That's
guy
the fact.
overlooked, but take your
Baker
victory lap.
didn't play well enough.
Let's go.
Okay? You want to say he played a little better than Jacoby Brissett? Congratulations.
Let me ask you this.
If the Browns had Deshaun Watson playing, they would have won by 40 points in this
But
game.
they didn't. And don't even use
And
it.
if the Carolina Panthers, if the Carolina Panthers had a better quarterback, they would have won this game yesterday. He made a ton of mistakes. He was awful in this game. Made a couple of decent throws late in the game. Yes, the Browns defense fell apart in the fourth quarter. No doubt about it. They should be ashamed of how they played in the fourth quarter. They were awful. Okay? Jacoby Brissett missed so many throws, so many opportunities to score touchdowns. Kareem Hunt on the wheel route. The deep pass to Amari Cooper that he underthrew. Right. 3 easy touchdowns that they had.
I think that should say 34. I don't think he was 18 and 24.
He was 18 to 34. That is correct.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah.
We wish he was 18.
Brissett was not very
24.
good because
Six
Brissett's not
misses.
very good. That's no big surprise. The bottom line is it doesn't matter how ugly it is. It doesn't matter, that they almost blew this game, which they did, and Cade York had to bail them out. And if they had played a better quarterback, against the better quarterback, they probably would have lost. because a better quarterback would have put him in the end zone and not settled for a field goal and give the Browns one chance to kick a field goal to win it. But in the end, the Browns found a way, something they haven't done often enough. They never seem to find a way. This time they did. Myles Garrett stepped up and played great. The running game was phenomenal. Nick Chubb, I love him. I'm madly in love with Nick Chubb. I love you. I have a man crush, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Let's go.
Bull. The only problem I got,
the
problem I had with this was there was all these people that jumped sides. Like, I ain't never seen that for the Browns. I've never seen.
What do you mean jump sides?
They basically said,
They're wearing Carolina Panthers number 6 jerseys.
Now.
Browns fans.
I said, I know somebody else to work with.
Gee, boys, those aren't fans. I mean, a fan is a fanatic.
Well,
if somebody would change who they root for,
that's a lot
because of a trade, even if it involved someone of questionable character.
You know how many people
they're not a fan.
These people have season tickets,
but they're not fans, and they never were.
Okay, well, all I'm saying,
weren't.
I was disappointed at the amount of people that jumped y'all opposite now. Y'all bought them jerseys, and I understand.
And now they can live there.
I understand you like that player, but I'm gonna say this: there are other players on this team that I rock with. Like if it was Baker Mayfield, I liked Odell Beckham Jr. When he got shipped up out of there, I said I'm gonna refer to him as number 13. You know why? He's over there doing stuff.
That's right.
He's not in my camp. I'm rocking with the cats that's in the camp.
We're not the ones who divided things, Jay.
I never said you did.
Still rooting for Baker over the Browns.
What I said was, for the fans that continue to want to live in that.
Yeah.
You're just dividing the fan base.
Well, let me just say this, because we need to get to the other parts of the game. But I want to say this. I do want to address this. You said that, the reason people are taking a victory lap is because he ran his mouth. Don't run your mouth. Ain't no need for a victory lap. Just go out there and play in the box. That's all it takes.
How did he run his mouth again?
Where you want me to start at?
Anyway.
that T-shirt. Let's start the last thing with the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
The parade on social media, unnecessary.
Parade on social media?
Yeah, when you sit on the couch with the guy and talking about the Browns did me wrong. We don't need to know how the Browns did you wrong. Shut up.
Did you ever? Let me say this. Go ahead.
Let me say this. I've been in the box.
Right.
Nobody here been in the box but me. Right. So I know what that kid was sitting in.
Sure.
Sometimes just zip it. Say nothing. Right. Think it. Right.
Yeah. Now wait a minute, Brad. Don't make it seem like from jump you were. Baker's got to go. Baker's got to go.
No, I said
because you're flip flopping now, and I'm going to call you out on it. Because Brad, you sat in that chair and you said for a long time, Baker's got to stay here.
Hold on.
So don't make it look now like you're like, hey man.
So since you're gonna get me told, let me tell you what's happening.
Let's go. Let's go.
You're gonna get me told.
And Bull loves it. See what Bull did?
Let me tell you how this.
Sitting over there not laughing.
Let me tell you how this go down.
Good job, Bull.
What I told you before. Hold on. What I told you before was a business. I wasn't shipping him out because I had him under contract.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I said. That don't mean I liked him. I said,
Brad,
let me say this.
Say it.
All right.
Say it.
Just sip it. Just play. That's
right. Okay, good. That's what you want to say.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm going to say to that. You can't flip sides on
I
this.
don't flip sides.
You did flip sides.
I did not flip.
Because
I said keep him around here because I have him under contract. That's different.
That's exactly what I was saying.
That's different.
I said keep him here. He's your best option this year. You know what the 49ers learned yesterday?
What's that?
Sadly.
What's that?
Kind of the same thing that we're going to go through this. I promise you.
What's that?
The 49ers learned yesterday, be careful running the guy out of town that you know. It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And if you watched that game yesterday, what you saw was a game that the Niners should have won, but they didn't. Now they start 0-1 when they had a winnable road game because they decided they were going to turn the page on a quarterback that had taken them to a Super Bowl and taken them to an NFC championship game.
Here's news to you. They all get run out of town, all of them.
That's not news to me.
The Browns weren't.
The
Browns did not do Baker wrong. That's the bottom line.
The best get run out of town.
And you know what? I think
the best get run out of town.
My point all along was I believed, because I knew that there was going to be a suspension of some kind.
Okay.
And you were co-signing my theory of it's a business decision.
I said keep him around.
Keep him around.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any argument at all, although there may be. If you switch quarterbacks yesterday, because let me tell you something, the talent on these two teams is exactly what I thought it was after watching yesterday's game.
Jacoby Brissett's going to have a higher PFF grade.
One team
I'll tell you that.
has a ton of talent. The window's open. for this team.
There's no
Even
question.
with Buffalo, even with Kansas City, the window is open. They're not winning anything this year, but it's open. You take and flip the quarterbacks. What's the score of yesterday's game, guys? Try to be fair here. Jay?
Oh, the Browns win going away.
Going away.
Going away, for sure.
Not even close.
I've said all along Baker's a better quarterback than Jacoby.
So-
That's not in
But
debate.
Baker
And
didn't
that
play
was-
that.
and
But
that's
Baker
been
did not
my-
play better than Jacoby yesterday. Neither
Oh, wait,
one
wait,
played
wait,
well.
wait.
They were both off.
Neither
Yes, he
one
did.
played well. No, he
No,
didn't.
but Baker played better.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Just
Based on what?
Based on my eyes. Here's what
Not
I
on
saw.
my
Baker,
eyes.
here's what I saw Baker do that
Yeah.
and I hope this was a one-off. Jacoby on his reads, he's not processing it quick enough. He's just not.
But neither does Baker. He's never.
What do you
he's
mean?
never been good.
With the Robbie Anderson, the guy that you said wasn't very
Yeah.
good, it was
I
blown
didn't
coverage.
say he wasn't very good. I said he was average. That's
Whatever
what I
you said. He didn't scare you.
I said he was average. He didn't
doesn't
scare me.
Well,
He didn't scare me.
He proved to be pretty damn good yesterday. And
He
what
proved
this
nothing.
is my
It's one
point.
game. He had a good
In the
game.
NFL, the quarterback, before you get to all the other talent,
Yeah.
the arm, the feet, everything
Yeah.
else, it's here and here. First, you got to see it.
Yeah.
And to
Baker
Baker's
can't
credit,
see it. He got 8 balls knocked
to
down.
Baker's credit,
Yeah.
when there was completely he got 5 balls knocked down, and he's going to continue to get balls knocked down because he's 6 foot tall.
Drew Brees didn't get balls
But
knocked down all the time.
when you see it, you have to be able to put the ball there. And yesterday, I saw. Now, I'd like to look at the all 22 for the whole game because you probably can speak to this better.
This one.
A buddy of mine who was there, but not in the media, but still knows what he's looking for. I trust him. He said, I don't know what it's showing on TV, but Jacoby has missed. This was in the third quarter. 4 guys that were running wide open that probably would have been touchdowns.
We
Am
mentioned that
no,
already.
wait,
We all said that.
I
and
said-
Baker missed a bunch of guys
so
too,
it's
Jay.
hard to say that the
Jay,
guy that found
All
the
I
open
know
receiver
is
didn't
that
play as well
when
as
the
guy that
official
didn't.
numbers come out, they will be 2 of the worst PFF grades this week. The
I'm just going
analytics
off
say
yesterday.
both guys were lousy, but Jacoby was better.
Run off the rails. We
Yeah.
got a lot of show to go.
Yes, we do.
McNuggets.
One thing here, Jay, because I trust you a lot more than
Than me.
I saw 3 guys that were wide open.
I told these guys.
But we already
before the
mentioned
show-
that.
I told
not on the show. We haven't talked about it.
Yes, I said he missed 3 touchdown
I
throws.
told these
Brissett.
guys before
Come on,
the show, DPJ twice off play action was running wide open.
Yeah.
And I swear Jacoby saw him. He couldn't get it to him. He knew he couldn't get it to him. He was too
Wait,
far down
arm
the field.
strength to
Yeah.
get it to- oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean, it looked
What about
to
the
me-
turnovers?
it looked to
Jacoby
me
at least
like
didn't
he
turn the ball
saw
over
him.
where
Guys,
Baker could have
that's-
easily
and
had
that's
4.
what we need
And
from
Baker,
him the rest of the
Baker
year.
could have
No
easily had
turnovers.
4. Go
If
ahead.
we want to solve this arm strength issue with
Yeah.
Jacoby Brissett, we got to get him on Built Bar because the protein in those Built Bars, elite. 16 grams of protein, only 160
I don't think that's
calories.
gonna help.
That is how we can get DPJ on those deep crosses. We got to get him on Built Bar, and Brissetti's on that backup quarterback contract. He doesn't have $230 million guaranteed like Watson. I bet you he's using code LOCKDOWN15 for 15% off Built Bars at Built.com. Tim Couch is going to join us in 10 minutes, so we're going to get back to the quarterback conversation.
Mikey, let me say something else here. The much like you guys all owe apology to the wide receivers, right? DPJ played well.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
DPJ played a hell of a game.
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
He was really good.
He
Well.
played
Now,
very
now,
well.
hold on.
He played very well.
He played a hell of a game.
I'm going to give him
He
props,
made
Yeah.
big catches.
Yeah.
but he had 60 receiving yards.
He caught what was
Amari Cooper had 3 catches
But-
for 17 yards. Where was Bell? What happened to Bell?
He
He's a
didn't,
rookie.
I don't even know if he played.
He played 18 snaps yesterday. That's it.
Where was he?
Well-
Invisible.
Listen,
I'm going to apologize to that.
Because Donovan Peoples-Jones had 60 yards, he could have had a lot more had he had a better
Could've.
quarterback, right?
If and could have should have no place in football.
okay,
this season.
okay.
Hold on.
You just asked Jason if Baker was on the other team. That's a would have, could have. Is it not?
No, that's a hypothetical.
What's the difference?
Hypothetical is a situation that didn't happen. This happened. Hypothetical never happened.
I mean,
I just told you the difference.
Are you
People,
kidding me?
Stop laughing for a second
The
and hear me out.
defensive tackles played well.
A hypothetical is something that didn't happen.
Donovan Peoples-Jones can't catch a pass that he doesn't throw.
All right, look.
Donovan Peoples-Jones played. You don't think he
guys,
played a good
apologize.
game?
What
Guys,
I'm
guys,
saying is I can't
come on,
apologize.
Jay.
So
for
don't
that.
apologize. I don't care.
guys, come
I'm
on.
talking in general.
Guys.
Donovan Peoples-Jones played a good game.
X's and
He
O's.
played well.
Let's
He
bring
played well.
Go X's and O's,
let's
please.
bring
Go
it down
X's
to
Go X's and O's.
let's bring it down to X's and O's.
Right.
When you look at what Donovan Peoples-Jones did, sometimes it's not all about the yards. It's about the spot that you're in, the play you made. Every single throw
At the
that
time.
he at the time was
Yeah.
important. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I'll give him that. It was clutch.
He went down. caught balls.
Got
When
them
people
balls.
Clutch.
Yes.
he went
It seemed
up.
like every one of his catches was third down.
Hold on. There was a Schwartz sighting yesterday.
And it was
I
a
like, oh my
Schwartz
God.
sighting.
He made
After
a
a
big
drop.
catch.
He's after a drop.
He did have a
Hey.
drop early, but he
But
made a big catch on the final
like,
drive.
I want you to just, this is tough too because I understand that we're dealing with a quarterback that has some issues, some limitations. Let me put it that way.
He's not good.
Grade the wide receivers as a whole on their production yesterday. What'd you give them?
But no. So hold on, no. You skipped the X's and O's part to go in
Yeah.
production. What I'm telling you is, if you're a heavy running team, which the Browns are, if you go back and watch it, Amari Cooper blocked his ass off.
Oh, he
yes.
blocked it. No
Yes.
question.
Hey,
no question.
Donovan Peoples-Jones downfield blocked his tail off.
Yep.
Yeah.
They did what they had to do. Sometimes
Schwartz missed a couple blocks downfield.
Schwartz missed a couple blocks, but Schwartz also made a play that wouldn't really count it.
I like the end around to get him involved, to get his confidence going. That made a difference.
There are more things I think Donovan Peoples-Jones showed you in crunch time, when covered. If you give him an opportunity, he'll catch the football. And
Jay,
I think
Jay,
that's
what do you think of
important.
the receivers yesterday?
C+, only because
That's fair.
I was expecting David Bell to make an impact. He was nowhere to be found.
I would give him a C because I didn't see him.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
I
But
would
I
give the
think
wide
some-
receivers a B. You're basing it on just the raw data of the production. You are not factoring into account Jacoby Brissett's subpar
set.
play.
By the way,
let's-
Njoku, one catch, 7 yards.
Let's be clear down the stretch.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Let's be clear down the stretch. Brissett was hot garbage yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, I'm just like this.
He's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
what he
this
is.
here.
We're still he's
But
playing now, so
down
we're going to judge him as an NFL quarterback because he's a starter now.
Down the stretch, I'm like this, G. Just manage the game. Just give me a
And he
chance.
did. He did not turn it over,
just give
which
me a
is why
chance.
they won the game.
But here's the reason
There it
why.
is. Say that.
Here's
That's
the-
it. That's
here's
why
the
they won the
guy-
game. He didn't
here's
turn
the
it over.
guy to little Einstein. This is not a guy you can sit on the sideline and not play here. In all those preseason games, he should have played.
Is
Because
Tim coming in at
Because he
11:30?
looked like he was out
Tim's
of
ready
sync
right now if we wanna
with
bring him in.
everybody.
Bring him on
Okay,
in.
really quickly before we do, because you brought up what's your nickname?
Little
for him?
Einstein.
Little Einstein. And I know Tim's going to want to get on this too. But guys, Kevin Stefanski yesterday, in the mid third quarter on, I was living my biggest nightmare. He's the guy that doesn't know how to put his foot on the team's throat
He
and
was
put them away.
shrinking.
17 fourth quarter points.
Shrinking.
At the end of the game, they needed one big first down, and I'm not sure. I think Chubb touched it once.
Jay, you said the right thing. He had his foot on the gas. We
Could have
had
killed
them.
him.
The defense took their foot off the gas.
But I'll tell you this though.
That was a big
I
problem.
thought they did. I agree with that.
They were
But I
dominating
also
for three and a half
thought
quarters.
offensively, they looked like a team playing not to lose.
You had Chubb going hard, Hunt going hard. We go away from that for a while.
First of
right?
all, let's applaud Kevin Stefanski for finally
yes.
seeing that.
Yeah, but these
and
are the-
finally using the two.
But Jay, to your
that-
point,
together.
These are your horses.
They are.
They better be workhorses,
Especially
not
the
sometime
fourth
horses.
quarter.
I can't have them off the field when it matters.
And there's graphics. I said it to Mike this morning, PFF. Both of those guys got the touches, and when both of them got the touches, you see what it is. My thought was, and I've always said this from day one, sometimes coordinators get happy. Sometimes, look at that, 22 carries, 141, 6 yards per carry. You also look at what Kareem Hunt did, 15 touches, also did it in the air. When you got two guys like this, it need to be your turn,
Your turn, your turn, your turn.
You
Quick
just can't
pass.
screw it up. When you've got those numbers, if they get that kind of production all year, the defense, guys, is a top 5 defense.
It
I
is.
think it is. There were some communication issues.
Yeah, I saw that.
There were 2 big breakdowns that cost the Browns 14 points. Outside of that, this football game should not have been close.
No.
And I do want to applaud Stefanski for when they did have it first and goal, and they were both in the backfield at the same time. Look how easy that was. You always say, why is it so easy for other teams? That's what it should look like all the
right.
time.
He
he was
used
at
those two
fullback.
guys a lot
And he was
together.
wide open.
And he was at fullback.
I know he was, but the defenses are going, where are we going? What are we doing?
Right?
In a little bit, Jason has a little nugget from the locker room that I want him
Nice
to
band,
touch
by
on
the way.
about that fullback position with Kareem Hunt. But before we do that, we got to bring Tim Couch in. Tim, welcome to
Bring
the
him
War
in.
Zone. It's a week 1 win, and
We
it's a
won.
Warzone Monday.
And we're at each other's throats.
Yeah.
That's disgusting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tuning in, I'm listening to you guys. It sounds like we got blown out or something. There's
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
heated
disgusting
arguments
to me.
going on, man.
The whole thing is disgusting.
I mean, these guys are killing the receivers, giving them a C minus.
Hey, Tim, I'm having a good time. I got my orange on. We got that
Hey,
dub.
nice band, by the way, too. I just now
Hold on.
noticed that.
Listen, this is my new time machine.
It's not if you win, Tim. You know the deal. It's
This is not that nonsense,
right.
a.k.a. college football. All that matters is winning
Yeah.
the football game.
Tim,
they took care of business.
Give us
That's
your
it.
opening statement, couple paragraphs, whatever you want. What's your big takeaway from yesterday?
Well, I think, obviously the quarterbacks are the hot topic, with Baker and Jacoby, how, comparing the two since Baker had been in Cleveland and stuff. So, my thing is both of them, Baker was up and down. I was actually really impressed with Baker in the second half. The plays that he made, he got his team back in the game. He certainly struggled in the first half, but, he didn't have a lot of help either. His offensive line couldn't come close to blocking Myles Garrett. They batted a lot of balls at the line of scrimmage, but he kept his team in the game. He kept fighting, threw a 75-yard touchdown pass, ran a touchdown, and gave his team a chance to win it at the end. And that's all you can ask for out of a quarterback, especially making his first start on a new team. And, with Jacoby, I think it was just kind of what we expected. Just, I saw a guy out there just trying to manage the game, throwing a lot of short to intermediate routes, a lot of check downs, not really trying to push the ball down the field and be aggressive. They have clearly told him, you're going to rely on the run game. Do not turn it over. We have a great defense. We have a great running game. It's your job not to lose the game. You not go out and try to win it, but don't lose it for us. And I think he did, from that aspect, I think he did a good job. He didn't turn the football over, and, he pulled it off in the end.
Tim, he can't move. He can't move from
Right.
the pocket. He can't see. I just said earlier, I don't know if you were on or not, there was a couple of plays where it looked like Donovan Peoples-Jones, well, he was running wide open off play action.
Yeah.
And I swear it looked like he saw him, but knew he couldn't get it to him.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, I saw that as well, and I'm not sure why he didn't cut that loose. It's almost like they've preached to him so much throughout the last few weeks just to not lose it for us. Don't turn it over. And he's so conservative, it looks like, even when he sees stuff out on the field, because I think he has the arm strength to throw that pass. I don't think there's an NFL quarterback who doesn't have the strength to, to push up, throw a post down the field if he throws it on time. But, I think he's just so conservative and he's locked in on not trying to push the ball down the field too hard and not be too aggressive, that he's just getting off those reads way too quickly and just trying to find those, those short routes, those underneath routes, those check downs and things like that. So, maybe he'll feel a little more comfortable going into week 2 where he'll try to take those shots, but he left a lot out on the table in week 1 for sure.
Tim, did you see this? His processing. It was he couldn't get off of people, right? I look here to the left. He's not there. Where's the next guy? It just seemed like he couldn't find his way down the way.
Didn't we know this already about him? Sorry, Brad.
And I'll just say this, that I was listening to a caller from Miami, right? And on another show last night. And he said, listen, I like Cleveland, but that's who Brissett is. This is who he is. You're not going to get more than what you're getting right here. Right? And so to your point, Tim, then we got to rely on these other horses, right? This is it. Because if you're looking for something different, I don't know if that is coming.
No, it's not coming. This is going to be what it is, for these 11 games or whatever it is while he's in there. This is what he's going to be like. He's going to be a game manager. We're going to see a heavy dose of Chubb and Hunt, which you should get. We've got one of the best running games in all of pro football, one of the best offensive lines. So that's where this offense should run through. And Jacoby's just going to be that guy, like we talked about. He's just going to go out there and he's going to try and manage the game. He's going to try and make some throws on third down, keep some drives alive, but he's not going to be a guy to push it down the field and get explosive plays in the passing game. So it is what it is right now, and this is the way they're going to try to win games for the first, better half of the season.